morning, everyone. This is Daleen Barton with naturalfertilityinfo.com and the Natural Fertility Community. Today is the International Day of the Midwife, and we're going to honor this day rather than do Thirsty Thursday, though there is going to be right at the end of the article a recipe that is for a red raspberry tea, which is a traditional uterine and pregnancy preparation tonic, which is safe to drink during pregnancy. We also recommend it prior to becoming pregnant to prepare the uterus. So keep your eye out for that. But we wanted to honor all the midwives out there for the hard work and the constant fight and care that they're providing for women and their babies and their families. The midwifery model of care is just a loving, supportive, nurturing one, and sometimes you don't find that in the hospital. But anyway, I wanted to share my journey with you and how it relates to midwifery, because I don't think that I would be here without having the awesome support of midwives during my 2 labors and births of my children. So I took an herbal training years ago to become an herbalist, and part of that training was from a midwife who had also had 5 home births of her own. And I grew up in a home. My mother was a childbirth educator. She was also a doula, but she wasn't called a doula, but she helped people through childbirth and labor, and she also was a huge advocate for breastfeeding. So I grew up with babies around. I grew up with all of this education about how childbirth worked, but I didn't even know what a midwife was, and I didn't even know that you could have a baby outside of the home. That never even came to my mind until this class that I took. And it was so striking to me. I couldn't even believe it. It just opened doors, it opened my mind, and it opened my eyes to different parts of life that I never thought possible as a woman. And that you could not use medication, that you could be free to walk around, that you could do all these different things during childbirth and labor that I just didn't grow up with knowing. So that led me to want to have a home birth, which I had 2 home births, which you can read my birth stories. There's a link to this article, and you can read my 2 birth stories, and you can also read our manager for the Natural Fertility Community, Ivany Armel's birth story as well, for her daughter Nama. So once I was pregnant, I chose midwives. As soon as I met my midwives, I knew right away that this was perfect for me and this was right. I really felt it in my heart. Now I know that this isn't for everybody having a home birth, but you do have a choice to have a midwife even in the hospital. I've worked with lots of midwives in the hospital as a doula. And so this empowerment that I felt and this inspiration led me to want to become a certified labor doula, which I took my training through the Birthing Way College of Midwifery in Portland, Oregon, and got my certification and became a labor doula. Attended quite a few births. All were in the hospital, which showed me a whole other side of birth that I had never experienced as well, and saw the need for caring for women and how important it is during pregnancy, during childbirth, and postpartum. So that led me to this job today. I've known Heather for years. We're both passionate about natural health and women's health, and I feel like this has just become my calling to work with women. And now I'm here for all of you and part of this community, and it's so wonderful. And I just wanted to say woohoo to all those midwives out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I know that I would not be here without you. I would not be the person I am today, and I learned so much about the strength and the capacity of my body to do so many amazing things, and at the same time use natural modalities of healing to be who I am and to raise my family the way I've wanted to, and to take care of myself. So thank you, midwives, for being such an inspiration. You're always loving, happy, and such a great listening ear. And we want to thank you and honor you all over the world, for the tireless care that you're doing. I hope that all of you can learn more about midwifery. You know, I put some links on the article to some resources. There's a webinar happening today in honor of the midwives around the world for some education. There's also a little book list, some suggested reading, and like I said, some my birth stories and Ivan's birth stories, and some images from those births. If you have any questions or comments or have anything to say about this, please feel free. I would love to get some feedback. And if you know a midwife or you've had a midwife, please give them a big hug or a thank you. Send them a note, drop them an email, whatever you feel like doing. So I hope you have a blessed day and have, a wonderful time today.